I'll say it one more time just because we are on record, and Carlise just joined us after she downloading Zoom. So we are writing 3 different things down for our intention for the upcoming year, or things that we want to work on more of. The first section is what is absolutely possible for me to achieve this year. And then the second section is what is more possible, things that I'm not quite sure I want to do yet, but are percolating. And then the third section is impossible. Something that I just don't know what to do about yet, but perhaps the meditation that is to come will be useful in helping to see, feel, experience, get the knowledge of what we need to do. Give everybody one more moment, and then I'll start to explain the meditation, what is fairly straightforward. By the way, I plan to do my intention setting later today. I already have it in, I've already started. It's been working for the last week. The actual writing process hasn't come yet, but I know what I want to do. We lost one person. Sure, they'll be back. So this is a rebirthing meditation, and the hands are like this. You bring the thumbs together. You've got your fingers interlaced just like that, and then you bring them right up into your chest. Okay? And then the mouth, actually, I'll go back to the camera. The mouth is very closed, quite tight, so that when you breathe in a very powerful suck breath in, your cheeks kind of come in towards your teeth. And then it's just as powerful of a out. They don't have to be really long breaths, but they're really powerful. So just like that for 2 minutes. Hands are interlaced right up at the chest, the forearms are parallel to the ground, elbows are nice and wide. Eyes are closed down and rolled back in towards the third eye. I'll set the timer. And inhale, hold that breath in. Squeeze up, pull up, so you can squeeze down from your baseline, from your rectum, all the way up into the crown of your head. Squeeze, hold that breath in. Let any information come to you about your intentions, the possible, the more possible, the impossible, and let it out. Keeping the mudra. The second part of the meditation is just another 3 minutes. There's no major breath work. It's more of a focus and concentration exercise with the third eye. So eyes are tilted back into the mind, where the pineal gland rests, which is behind the nose in a little socket, a little pocket where the pineal gland rests behind the nose and between the ears. So there's kind of a location above and between the ears, down from the center of the brain and in behind the nose. That's where your pineal gland is. So take your concentration there and picture yourself lighting a candle, lighting a flame. We're burning away our ego. Imagine yourself this candle in the third eye, burning away your ego, all the muck, the past, the present, any negativity. Light that flame, let it burn bright. Calm, steady breath. I'm asking the church for forgiveness for lighting the candles here. Permission. Close eye on them. How awake are you? Are you listening? What thoughts are you hearing? We want to free the subconscious mind. It's like a camera, it records so much. All the dreams, I had some crazy dreams last night. They hang on to us. So the path to this supreme consciousness is to surrender the lower self to the higher self. Don't fight with the ego, just surrender. Surrendering the lower self to the higher self will liberate that subconscious mind. Let your intention come to you. Maybe it doesn't come right away. Sometimes all of a sudden there's a new thought that comes in. Maybe it will come during class. When we get squirmy, when the mind starts to wander, if we sit for a little bit longer, sometimes the new answer arrives. Keep that flame burning. Last 30 seconds. Burn the negativity away through the candlelight. Be positive now. Imagine the positive thought of yourself busting through the impossible. Inhale, hold that breath again. Bring in a very pure light. Surround yourself in that candlelight, that purity, that great connection, pure positivity. And let it out. Just wiggle your fingers, let it go. Take your arms out wide and stretch them out to the side, nice and wide. Reach them up, extend them. Take a big breath in and reconnect into this higher self, this pure you. Exhale, let's ground down the fingertips to the mat. The train's going by, whistling good signs for what is to come. Let's tilt the chin down to the chest, make space along the back. Keeping the hands, the fingertips on the earth. Inhale, lift that head up, keep those fingertips there where they are. Back to the center, back to the chin, down to the chest. Roll the right ear to the right shoulder. Arms are staying long, fingertips a little bit rounded like spider fingers. Roll through the middle and bring the ear to the other shoulder. Train rattles window gaze. Back into the center, down, chin to chest. Lift that head back up and roll all the way through towards the back of the neck again. Open your throat chakra. Sometimes our voices, they're scared to be heard. Maybe that's part of your intention, is speaking up or being heard. Maybe it's quieting down and listening more. Back into the center. Let's take the arms up. Let's flip one palm over and the other palm up. Look towards the palm that is up. And then switch and rotate to the other side. Look towards the palm that is up now. And back the other way. Bringing out your spine, bringing out yesterday, the past. Back and forth. A slight lift in the head and the shoulders as you move and rotate, and then let them drop. And then come back to center, both palms up. Wrap yourself up in a nice big New Year's hug. Give your shoulder blades and then traps the lats a little massage. You can reach that far. If you can't, maybe you can do one at a time and reach one hand a little further than the other around. Work your way down along your rib cage, massaging out your rib cage. Might have to cross and uncross those elbows. Come down into your hips. Just a little bit of a tickle and through your hips and around your ribs, and come back up again. And then come back into the center. So from your shoulder to your elbows is parallel with the ground. Unwind your hands, but then wind them up, the forearms, wind them up around themselves. So you have some eagle arms. Lift those elbows up, point the fingers up. Hopefully the palms are able to connect to each other. And let's move in a few circles around the heart space in one direction. And then lift them up again, straight up vertical. Inhale a little more and exhale and fold over your crossed legs, bringing the forearms down to the mat, pulling the chin into the chest, making space from the crown to the head. Inhale, come back to sit up and unwind those arms, palms face up again. Feel a little bit of a nerve stretch from the thumbs in and under the armpits. And then let's wrap up and give ourselves a hug the other way. So whatever hand was over top, switch it around. Give yourself a hug first. Massage down through your traps, your lats, your rhomboids, into the intercostal muscles, all the way down to your obliques, your hips. So as hip flexors and back up again. Little piano fingers digging into some of those spots until the shoulders, elbows are parallel. Unwind and then wind up, eagle arms. Pulling up vertically. This side might feel different, just notice. Maybe you know you have a slight shoulder impingement or something's tight, maybe you have some carpal tunnel. Things will always affect the difference on each side, depending on what's going on. Let's whirl around in circles, front of the heart space, front of the throat chakra. Back to center and pull up again. With the inhale and with the exhale, fold down over the crossed legs. Maybe the forearms can meet the mat in front of you. Chin into the chest. Inhale, right back up on one. Arms, palms can go up last time. Big stretch, open, head back. Exhale, bring the hands together, round the spine. Inhale, open up, spread your wings. Exhale, round, extend the spine. Inhale, flex the spine, open, and keep going. Be fluid here, flexible, elegant, float through space. Inhale, spread wide. Exhale, close down, hands together, clasp those hands, point the index fingers out and away, squeeze the hands. Inhale, come up, arms above the head. Exhale, come down around the spine, arms are parallel with the mat. Inhale up, so you're slightly rolling on your sits bones. Exhale, roll down. Inhale, sit up. Lots of power from the navel. Last time, inhale long and tall and strong. Reach up. And let those hands go. Reach out forward over those crossed legs. Extending the arms, ears between the biceps. Depending where you are on your mat, you might be able to just continue to uncross your legs and walk forward and come onto your hands and knees. If you're like me, you have to walk back on your mat or find your way to your hands and knees, however that means for you, however you have to get there. Taking the right arm up into the air, reach it high, spread your wings. Exhale, thread that needle down and underneath the standing arm, pull the ear away from the shoulder, and then take that supportive hand and either leave it where it is, extend it out in front of you, or take it up from behind the back. You can take it up, palm facing up and rest it at your sacrum, or you can fully rotate open. Is there anything you can hear right now? Anything your mat is telling you? Bring that supportive hand back down to the ground, ground it down right by the chin. Reach and unwind and open up again. Exhale, let's just switch to the other side. Pull that left arm up, reach and stretch it high. And with the exhale, underneath, thread it through. Ear to the mat, pull it away from the shoulder. And then that supporting hand, you can take it high, ring out your spine or to the sacrum at the low back. Wherever you are, make sure you can take full, steady breaths. Bringing that hand back, push up and away with the inhale, reach high, stretch wide. Exhale, come back down to the mat. Take a child's pose here. Forehead can touch the earth, the mat. If it's possible for you to find a yoga mudra by interlacing your hands together behind at your back, go ahead and do so. If not, just reach those hands back there. The next step is to inhale the arms up into the air. If it feels good for you, maybe rotate like a upside down clock, side to side. Nowadays, kids know TikTok as something very different, right? Bring those hands back down to sacrum. Release them and roll your head. So instead of the forehead being to the mat, bring the crown of the head to the mat. So the bum lifts up into the air, and then take your hands in and through between your knees. This is rabbit pose. So you're reaching your hands towards your feet between your legs, and you're up on the crown of your head. Careful not to crush the vertebrae or push too hard. You're stretching out the shoulders between the shoulder blades. Slowly roll back down through the forehead. Take those hands out, come back up onto all fours. Take yourself into a downward dog. And when you arrive in your downward dog, just walk out any kinks, move any kinks out, circle your hips, whatever you got to do to get to that downward dog spot that feels good. And once you feel like you've got your hands properly connected, your feet grounded, just stay and breathe. Deep breaths. 3 more deep, deep, long breaths. With the next breath, sweep the right leg up into the air. With the exhale, bring that right knee to the right elbow and hover and hold here. We're going to take the leg back up into the air again, reach and extend. This time, knee to elbow again, but just slide the knee down along the forearm and rest it right behind that hand. Come into a up dog or a cobra with this knee bent at the side. My toes are pointing off the mat if that works for you. And lowering yourself down. Bring yourself into Sphinx now, but with this knee still up. And then a little bit further, all the way down, chest, everything down to the mat, and extend the same arm that the leg is long, reach it out and roll yourself almost off your mat, not quite, into a little cat stretch here. So that bent knee stays pretty much where it is, but as you roll over the long side, reach the arm out and away, look towards the arm. Enjoy this little cat stretch. The hand can go to the knee, opposite hand to knee. And we're winding back onto the belly. Come back up into this cobra. The knee close to the side. Tuck your back toe under. Lift up slightly so you can place your foot down. Send the hips back into a pyramid. Both feet tracking forward as if they're on train tracks. So if you have to bring your outer edges of your feet to the outer edges of the mat, go ahead. Hips distance apart ideally. Walking the hands forward toward the front of the mat. We'll step into this front leg, right leg, other leg goes up to warrior 3. Instead of flying warrior 3, they'll just place the hands on top of that knee of the standing leg. Interlace them above the knee. Push the head away from the foot. This is great for the low back. Now bring the hands back down to the mat. With your right hand, reach for your left foot. So bend that knee, reach behind you. See if you can catch hold of your ankle. Challenge your balance and look under your armpit. Lift the bent knee higher into the air. If you can. Letting go. Step back and return into that pyramid. And then drop your back knee down. You have a 90-90 going on. Bring the forearms to the mat. A little simple lizard. Either staying here with the forearms on the ground or bring your right arm underneath your bent front knee and wrap it up and around behind your back. And if you'd like to find a bind here and take that standing hand off the mat, go ahead and interlace your hands or connect them somehow behind your back. Yep, so you would go, yeah, you're close, you're close. The ankle can be challenging. There you go, that works. Unwind and come back. This front foot, kick it up and out behind you, extend it, down to kiss the mat. Inhale, push up, keep that leg long. Exhale, back down. Inhale up. One more time. Steady control, elbows close to the chest. Push up. And return back to child's pose. Lower to the mat. Walk the arms out and away. Forehead to the ground. Find your foundation. How are you feeling? What's coming? What's going? Inhale, come on back up. Briefly move through that tabletop into your downward dog with a big exhale. Again, set your dog. Maybe roll out your neck side to side or nod it yes or shake it out no. Let it hang between the arms. excuse me, left leg up into the air. Bring your weight forward over your hands, bend that knee to elbow, squeeze, hover, hold. Inhale, back up, extend that leg long. Exhale, squeeze it again, elbow to knee to elbow, and then slide the knee down the forearm until you place it behind your hand. Feet point out and away if possible. And enjoy this little up dog, part frog, part up dog. You good?
Oh, I'm getting there.
Be careful, be careful.
Figure it out.
So I have my left leg up close to my hand. Get it? Does that feel okay?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Lowering yourself down into part sphinx, part frog. Here, you might have to shift your long leg back a little bit more. Lift that head up. And then lower the body down. Extend the long arm and roll over the long side of the body. Keep that knee bent. And look towards your free left hand. Bring that left hand back across the midline. Return to Sphinx, lift up. A little bit lower down, bring the hands closer to the ribs, push up into that up dog or cobra. Tuck the back toe under. Send the hips back, a little bit of a step up to find pyramid. Hips go back. Try and have equal body weight, equal pressure on both feet. That might mean you have to move your feet a little bit or shift your hips. And walking the hands forward towards the front of the mat. Come to stand on this one front left leg, kicking the other one up and out behind you. Hands can come to the knees, interlace on the top of the knee. If it's okay, otherwise you can have that block in front of you. If you want to. Pushing an imaginary wall away with your foot, an imaginary string pulling your head to lengthen the back. Hands return to the mat, bending that high knee, reach with the opposite hand to the ankle. Catch hold. Once you catch hold, then lift the knee up into the air and maybe drop your head and look through underneath your armpit. Letting go, return the hands, step back to pyramid for a moment, and then drop the back knee into 90 and 90. Come down to your forearms. If that's too much, though, you don't have to be on your forearms. And if you'd like to work a little deeper, go ahead and drop the shoulder underneath that front knee, and bend and wrap the hand around the back, and then reach with the other hand and find that line. Is the diaphragm moving freely? Does it feel comfortable here? Unwind, come back. This front foot, sweep it back into the air, kick it out behind you. Lower down, kiss your mat. 1, push up. 2, and 3. Take a child's pose, rest it out, wind it out. If you don't like child's pose, go ahead and do a down dog. Come on back up from your child's pose and just work your way through to sit on your heels. Walk the hands out behind you. You want me to cut your one leg out. Walking your hands out behind you, place them just beyond your feet and then lift yourself up. If that doesn't work for you, you can just hang out maybe on your forearms, or you can just be sitting on your heels, lifting the heart space. If it's possible to lift those hips up in the air, go ahead. and lowering back down. From here, let's kick our left leg out first because Mary's got her left leg out. And come to sit on your other heel and reach the opposite hand towards the front foot and pull. So pigeon toe or pull or invite your toe to point inwards and then drop that head down. Inhale the head up, walk off of that back foot. Keep this position though. Reach your right hand towards the heel of the right foot and open up the heart space. We've got a half camel happening. Now the high free hand is bending. As you inhale, squeeze up, bring the elbow to the knee, and then kickstand your back foot sideways. There we go. And open the hand towards and past the head. High hand comes down beside the knee. Reach the other arm up into the air. Then pick up the foot, bend the knee, catch the ankle, and pull it back. So you're balancing on your right knee, right shin, and your standing right hand. And you're holding your left ankle in your left hand. Let it go. Place that leg down, lift and open heart space. And exhale and come on back through. All the way back to the front of the mat. Step that left leg up and high in the air again, down, kiss the mat. Press up. Downwards facing dog. If you'd like to flow through, inhale, roll the body forward to plank. Exhale, take it down, chaturanga, dandasana. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. We'll do that a couple more times. Or if that's too much, just stay in rest in child's pose or down dog. And then we'll go back to the other side. One more time through if you are participating. Coming back to down dog. And then come back down to your knees. Step that right leg up and up between the hands. And then sit down onto the heel of the left foot. If it's not possible for you, maybe just enjoy the little bit longer child's pose. Reach that opposite left hand towards the foot and invite that toe inward, the foot to rotate inward. Let the head hang a little more. Come on up now. Reach your left hand up high over the head, all the way to the heel. If that doesn't work for you, just take it to your low back and then lift up. If it does work for you to go all the way to the heel, go ahead. Open up, spread arm to arm. Now that high hand, bring the elbow to bend. Take an inhale. Exhale, squeeze through the navel center, elbow to knee, and then kickstand your shin inward. Arm above, opposite arm above. So you got a kneeling side angle going on. And then that high hand, bring it down beside the standing knee. Reach the right arm to the air first. And then lift that right leg up. Kick it up behind you, catch your ankle. And give that quad a good stretch. Let it go. Extend arm and leg away. Drop that leg down and then lift and roll, open in the hips and the heart space. Circle around and back to the front of your mat. Swing that right leg up into the air. Exhale, lower, kiss the mat. Inhale, place the foot down. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, come forward plank. Exhale, lower. Up dog. Down dog. Again, 3 more times if you wish, or just rest in down dog or child's pose. Another one of my goals this season is to be able to do 11 minutes of these straight without having to take a breath, or not a breath, but a rest. I did do 11 minutes the other day, but it was really painful. I'm really stiff. Return back to Dharmasana. What we'll do is bring our hands close together now, and we will walk our feet to the outer edges of the mat into a squat. So bring the feet all the way up to outside the hands and squat down. If that doesn't work, can you be up like this? Are you able to be up like that? No, too much. Trying to think what else I can do for you. It's okay. I can just. So for Andrea, who hasn't been here in a while, hands down, and we're finding crow. So knees into the armpits. 1 foot at a time, lift off the mat. If you get flight, squeeze up in the elbows, up towards the knees. Look ahead slightly. Make sure your toes are close by so you can help the balance.
Oh, so just
Maybe you can put your head on that. It's there at least.
Yeah, okay.
I just put a block in front of somebody's head so that it might help to go down onto the block to be able to get those feet up into the air. From this crow, we'll step back, feet wide around the hands, down into squat again. Nice long spine. So bring the elbows out from inside the knees. So hands go around behind the back, and just invite your bum to sit down to the mat and drop your knees off to one side. So we have a stag position. So I've dropped my knees off to the right, bringing the left hand all the way over to the right knee and continuing to look past my right shoulder. Unwind and come back. Bring your feet wide, your knees wide. Push off and find that squat again. If the deep squat doesn't work for you, at least try getting your feet wide, your hips wide. Drop that bum back down, bring the hands behind you so that you can lower yourself carefully. Drop the knees off to the other side, stay, wind up, right hand to left knee. Inhale tall. Exhale, bring out even this morning, the last morning of 2022. Come on back into your squat one more time. We are going to give you another chance to practice crow. So put those hands down, up and off the angle, close to the top corner of your mat. And lean into those hands. Bring the knees right up into the armpits because they will slide down to your triceps. Yay! And out from crow, either take one step back at a time into a long armed plank, or you can jump back, high long arm plank. If that's too much, come down to your knees and forearms and take a more simple plank version, or maybe forearms and long legs. And come back to child's pose. Take a break, take a rest. Let go of any funny thinking, any neurotic qualities in you. Let the mind free itself from that lower consciousness, from that lower self. take the steps up the ladder to the higher self. More breathing room up there. Love it. Another intention just got made in the moment. Just got written down before it gets forgotten. Come back up onto all fours. Downwards dog, following. Right leg to the sky. Bring it through for a pigeon. Nice, restful, easeful pigeon. You could always, is that good? Does that work for your leg? Okay, good. Excuse me, you can always bring this leg up too if it's too much. Maybe you want to put a block under your forehead so your head doesn't have as far to go and you still get some respite. For those of you who don't want to rest still in pigeon, you can place your hands on that either corner of the mat and you can just roll up and down like a swan dive if you want to keep moving and work your spine, or you can just stay and rest here. Again, if you'd like to keep in this pigeon, go ahead. If you'd like a little bit of a deeper stretch with your back leg and your quad, go ahead and lift up into a king pigeon, grabbing hold of your ankle. Maybe taking the palm of the hand to the tops of the feet and spinning it around so the elbow gets to, or the shoulder gets to stretch too. One of these days we'll all be able to hook our elbow around our toes and get the hand behind the head. Work in progress, small things at a time. And let's come out of this. Let's take either a step back to downwards dog or just to tabletop. Walk it out. Feel the difference on each side. And come through, lift the other leg up and bring it through for pigeon on this side. With careful persistence, my left knee is getting better, so I can actually do this now. Hooray, hooray. Pretty sure I pulled my LCL on Thanksgiving, so it's been a long, very uncomfortable experience. We don't want to overdo these things when we're injured. We've got to be really careful and really kind to our bodies and just accept this is where we are, just like these intentions, these resolutions. This is where we're at. No sense beating ourselves up about it. A new year, a new us. Not overcommitting, not undercommitting, but something that is achievable. And when we get the little things done, we can do the more possible things and then to the impossible things. If you'd like to follow through with the king pigeon, lift your body up and kick that leg up behind you, catch hold of the ankle, spin the hand around the top of the toes, so the elbow bends. From this side, instead of returning to a downwards dog, we're just going to roll onto the hip of that front left knee. So let it go. Bring both knees up in front of you and massage out your left glute. Give it some love. Get into the deep, dark corner. So much pressure. And weight bearing happens, especially as women in our hips. We carry a lot of other people's emotions there, our own emotions, tension, stress. And let's roll to the other side. This side might be worse for you because of your ankle or your foot. The more you do it, the easier it gets. If it's not painful enough, put a block underneath your butt and do it that way. And let's extend those legs out. Come on to the back, reach the hands above the head, interlace them, stretch wide, stretch low to the back. Give a little yawn. So bring your feet over to the left corner, bottom left corner, and then cross the right foot over top of the left. And then bring the hands over to the left corner too and pull the right hand with the left hand. So you're creating a crescent moon shape or a banana shape. And come back, unwind, walk those heels to the other corner, cross the left over the right till you reach that corner, and then pull the left hand with the right. Give more oxygen to the left lung. More work happening in the left breath muscles, left intercostals. Back to center, unwind. You're free here to play around with a wheel, with a bridge, with a shoulder stand, with a happy baby, whatever your choice might be this morning, or all three or all four. Do what you're comfortable with. Just that little bit of a time to play around. I'll let you decide when you want to come out of any one of those 3, 4, move to another one, or just stay where you are. Keep breathing through it. On your own command, when your body says it's ready, when your mind is in line with your body, or the other way around, at your leisure. Shavasana is around the corner. So is 2023. Let the download come, let the intention come. Making room for new spaces, maybe new faces. Maybe you're going different places this year. Even just different places in your mind, making new connections, ridding the old patterns that we don't like, what we're so accustomed to, the catch-22. And with that, keeping your eyes closed and your mind still, begin to move just your fingers, your toes, your head, ankles, wrists, other joints of mobility. Feel free to rub your feet and your hands together. Feel free to give yourself a hug, hands around the shins. Rotate side to side. Roll to a preferred side. And as you're ready, come on up. Take your time. Be kind. Redefine any final little parts of your plans for the new year. Tweak it. If you have to write anything else down. And I do encourage you, if it's a piece of paper, put it somewhere. If you have an altar, or if you have a fridge, or a window, anything, put it up there and check in on it once in a while and see how you're doing. Don't be afraid. So we'll end with the hands together. Give them a little bit of a rub, warm them up. Hold that space in front of your heart. With a little breath in, grow it wider. With a breath out, seal it together. And 3 ohms as you're ready. You're welcome to unmute yourself. Thank you for coming.